Hi guys, Little Aussie Mel here doing my week 29 or maybe week 30 update post-op VSG. My highest ever weight was 105 kilos or 231 pounds. My pre-op diet starting weight was 97.4 kilos or 214 pounds. And I weighed in this morning at 71.3 kilos. I haven't done the pound conversion. It'll be down below in the comments, which is actually a 0.8 kilo gain for the week, which is, let me think, like, I don't know, like 1.5 pounds or something like that. Yeah, so I hate that this is my first ever gain since I've had surgery. I'm not really worried about it because as I mentioned, I joined the gym last week, and I think my video last week was sort of straight after the first group workout I'd done, and it was excruciating, and I was in agony until like Thursday. I was just walking around like a cripple. My muscles were so sore, and then I did, so I was going to do yoga on Wednesday, which I ended up not going to because I thought it was going to be impossible to actually get into any of the yoga positions in the state that my body was in. And yeah, and so I ended up going to Pilates on Friday, and yeah, and that was awesome. I'm definitely going to do Pilates every Friday. Yeah, so I'm on my way now to that that awful extreme class again this morning. So it was kind of strange. Oh yeah, so anyway, that's probably why I've had the gain. My food, I think, was pretty good, and vitamins and all that sort of stuff was really good through the week. So, but I'm going to actually track again in my Fitness Pal this week just to make sure that I haven't let my calories creep up and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so this morning I had, you know, full intention of going to this class again just so that the trainer, because, you know, I kind of felt like the trainer thought she won't be back. So I kind of wanted to prove him wrong. But it was weird because I felt all those old kind of self-doubt, negative talk things coming back in. Like all this morning I was trying to find some kind of reason why I didn't have to go to the class or why I shouldn't go to the class. Like, because I didn't really like the trainer that much, or because it was just going to be too tricky. Like my daughter's being really clingy with the kindy drop-off at the moment, so I've been hanging around at the kindy for like a good 20-25 minutes to sort of play and settle her, you know, so there's not a big crying fit when I leave. So yeah, so I sort of thought, oh, if I you know, I'm not going to be able to get there on time, and all these kind of things. I was trying to invent reasons, yeah, why I shouldn't bother doing the class. But anyway, I've decided to just kick myself in the ass and just do it anyway and make it work. So yeah, it was actually kind of good too, because I just explained to my daughter, look, I can't stay and play with you today. You have to be a brave girl for mummy and sit and wait for your friend to get there. And she was great. I just did the drop off and not a tear in sight. So anyway, that's all good all round. So yeah, so a couple of things. I'm coming up close to 500 subscribers. I think I'm like at 487 or something, 488, something like that. So I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers. What's going on up here? Traffic something. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do a giveaway when I get to 500, and I'll do an Ask Me Anything Q&A video as well. So yeah, so if you want to start posting me any questions in the comments or on Facebook or however you like, and I'll put them all together for that video. So it probably won't be next week's video, I'd say it'll be the one after or something like that. The giveaway, I haven't really decided what it will be yet, but it will probably be, I think I'm going to do 2 giveaways. I'll do one for Aussie people and one for international people, because I want to do like a uniquely Aussie kind of gift thing I've got in mind. So I won't tell you what it is just yet. I'll wait till I go and buy the stuff, and then I can show you, probably next week's video, I'll show you what the giveaway is going to be. So I've had a couple of private messages come through on Facebook over the week about things that people would like for me to discuss in my update this week. One of them was from Jo on Facebook. She doesn't make videos, but she's sort of really trying to decide between having lap band or VSG, and she's met with a couple of surgeons, and sorry. Hang on a second. Hopefully I don't have a car accident. Yeah, so she's met with a couple of surgeons, and this is really not working. When I turn around the corner, the sun won't be so much in my face, and I should be able to talk properly without being so distracted. Yeah, so sorry. So Jo has got about 50 kilos she wants to lose, or 50 plus kilos, she said. Sorry, I'm so distracted. So yes, I've been sort of talking to her about how, like, you know, the reasons why I recommend VSG over lap band, but obviously I've never had lap band, so I can't really speak as to like first-hand experience on lap band or anything like that, except that I did have an auntie that had lap band, and while it was very successful for her, I don't know how much weight she lost. It probably would have been around 50 kilos, I would guess. She had a lot of problems with acid reflux, and ended up having to have her band removed because of all the complications she had with it, and she's since put all the weight back on. So that's the only sort of first-hand experience I've had, apart from the people I've met on YouTube, like Harry Draco Girl 1989, Sarah, who had lap band, and that also wasn't successful, and she's since had VSG, and she's been wonderfully successful with that. I think she's lost like 40 kilos, around 40 kilos to date. And who else? Melanie's VSG journey, that's better. She's just had she had the lap band removal and has had the VSG just recently, so but you know, I'm sure she'll have wonderful success with that too. So I guess Jo's concern with the VSG is that there's not a lot of data for the, you know, 5+ years out, which even, you know, that sort of did worry me a little bit when I was looking into what surgery I was going to have. And when I was talking to my surgeon about it, I did tell her that I'd been watching people on YouTube, and she even said to me, oh, are there many people on there that are sort of like 5 years plus post-op, because there's not a lot of data on the success, you know, that sort of far out. So yeah, so even the medical profession don't really know how it fares long term, but I guess for me it was worth the risk. I mean, I just kind of hope that even if, say, worst case scenario, that my stomach did stretch or anything like that, that I would have had enough time to lose the weight I wanted to lose, and kind of retrain the way I thought about food and nutrition and exercise and all those things, and kind of, you know, rewired my body while the tool was in full swing, because really at the end of the day that's what it is, a tool. You can still do all the wrong things with it and not lose weight if you really want to get in the way of your own success. So yeah, so I guess Jo, like, you're the only one who can really make that decision, but I mean, from my personal experience with VSG, I mean, even my sister said to me the other day, is there actually anything, is there any downside that you're living with from it that you never kind of anticipated? And I really can't think of one. I mean, I think I've had 1 or 2 moments in 6 months where I've been eating something and really have mourned for the size of my old stomach, so that I could have eaten more than was possible. But I mean, that's not even a downside. That's, I mean, it feels like a downside at the time, but it's actually the best positive, because that's exactly what I would have done in the past, was eaten more than I really needed, and would have stuffed up any weight loss that I might have had for the week or anything like that. So yeah, so anyway, I guess Joe was hoping that maybe people who are like a lot further out would kind of comment on their journeys or what their thoughts are, so that she could kind of yeah, get some feedback on that. Another question I had was from Optimistic Susie on YouTube, and I think it's Sue Majinski, something like that. Sorry, Susie. Yeah, so she was she's just had her lap band removed, and she's going to go for the VSG, and she's very worried about the emotional eating and how do you kind of stop yourself from all of that. And I guess my experience with that is that I am very much a emotional eater, and I mean I'm not a typical binge eater. I never really ate huge quantities of food, but I think technically a binge eater can be just described as someone who over the course of a day consumes way more calories than their you know, over and above their needs. So that kind of picking all day mentality can still be technically described as binge eating. So you know, that's definitely who I was in the past, and at times still can be that person. And I'm just thankful that I have the VSG tool to help me not turn those moments into catastrophes as far as like excess calories and all that goes. So so the thing that's really been helpful for me is the counselling to kind of deal with the emotional reasons why I'm turning to food, and also to just try and develop like coping strategies that don't involve food. So those times when you can feel that, you know, you're wandering into the kitchen, looking into the pantry, or you feel yourself just thinking about what can I eat next, even though you know when you kind of think about your stomach, you know that there's no actual need for food coming from there. It's all in your head. Just things that you can do to distract yourself. It's all about distraction. Like even like with toddlers, if they're having a tanty, you know, the best way is to distract them, not try and reason with them about why they're being irrational. So yeah, so distraction for me was watching YouTube videos, because watching other people losing weight just made me want to like stay the course. Also just listening to music, trying to get out and do something, you know, try and get on the treadmill and just go for a walk outside, or just finding things that help you. It might be reading a magazine, or it might be reading a book, or could be looking at old photos of yourself that if you used to be skinny, it could be, yeah, looking at old photos of yourself when you were slim to remind you of where you want to be, or yeah, you just really need to consciously have a go-to list of things that you can do that will distract you from that unhelpful behaviour that you're experiencing. And it really, you know, it's a lifelong, sorry, I'm just parking. It really is a lifelong thing to change. It's not like you'll have the surgery and suddenly you'll be cured from all these hang-ups that you've had with food, because you've had them for years and years and years. So they're not going to change overnight. It's really something that you need to work on if you want to be successful long term. And I guess coming back to the other question about long-term success with VSG, I think if you're not prepared to address all of that stuff at the same time, your chances of maintaining weight loss and not sort of slipping back into old habits, yeah, your chances are definitely better of maintaining if you do look at yeah, the mental side as well as just the food. And my surgeon said too that they showed that regular commitment to exercise shows better results for maintaining the weight long term. It doesn't necessarily improve your weight loss week to week, because the low calories will kind of guarantee that you're losing weight, but long term it will raise your metabolism and help you sort of counteract any possible like lowering of restriction that your stomach might have, sort of, you know, years post-op. Yeah, so, sorry, I just feel like I've just rambled the whole way I was driving. I don't even know if I've covered all the points that I wanted to cover. Hopefully that's good enough. I'm already at 15 minutes, so wish me luck. I'm about to go in and get my ass kicked, and I'll be back next week. Bye, guys.